Hey there, I'm here in front of the building that once housed Andy Warhol's factory. Today I want to talk about how the calm middle can be deceiving. Recently, Scott Rubner, a managing director for global markets and tactical specialist at Goldman, estimated that the S&P will finish the year well north of 6,000. According to his data going back to 1928, the historical median of the S&P 500 returns for October 15th through December 31st is 5.17%. In election years, median returns are even higher, just over 7%, implying a year-end level of 6,270. That would be adding about 6% by the end of the year, taking us to around a 29% return for the whole year. That is not bad on top of 2023's 26%. In fact, even with the mudslide of a year in 2022, it would put the S&P 5-year average return at 17% and the 10-year average around 15%. Remember when sometimes the market only went up like 2% in a year? Yeah, me neither. Stats compiled by Bloomberg point out that in the S&P's nearly century-long history, only a quarter of the time Q4 has produced a negative return. However, the 3/4 of the time that the S&P brought positive Q4 returns had massive variation. For instance, in 1998, Q4 notched a 21% gain, while the final leg of 29 declined by a disastrous 29%. Averages and means help us understand context and trends, but not ranges. David Costin, also of Goldman, predicts the average over the next 10 years to be around 3%, which makes sense based on the front loading of returns we've had over the last several years, but also tells us nothing of how we get there. Let's not forget that averages and means can hide some unsavory characters in their tidy little middle numbers. Thank you. Take care.